okay children, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about Hades, and Hades is the Greek god of the underworld. I'm going to be talking about Hades, telling you guys some little Hades facts and talking about my connection with Hades, and then later on in the video I'm going to be sharing some signs that he may be calling you and talking about different offerings that you can offer Hades as well. So he is also the ruler of the dead, and he was the son of Cronus and Rhea, and the brothers of Zeus, Poseidon, Demeter, Hera and Hester. Hades was also known as Hades, which means the unseen, and Pluto or Pluton, which means the wealthy one or the giver of wealth. He is often depicted as stern and pitiless, and is said to be unmoved by prayer or sacrifice. Hades rules the underworld with his wife and queen Persephone, and is aided by the dog Cerberus. He is also associated with his helmet of invisibility. After Cronus was overthrown by his sons, his kingdom was divided among them. Hades was tricked into becoming the god of the underworld by his two brothers, while Zeus went to rule the heavens and skies, and Poseidon ruled the seas. After which he was forced to live in the underworld, which is also known as the House of Hades. Hades will often supervise trials and punishments of wicked people after their death, and he does not judge as a judge of the dead, and does not personally torture the guilty. This is a task assigned to the Furies. His title, Pluto or Pluton, may have originated through the fact that he gathers all living things into his treasury at death. In the Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible, the word Hades is used to describe a dark realm of the dead. It then describes a place called Tartarus as a dark abyss far below Hades, and the place of punishment in the lower world. It has later lost its distinctiveness and became almost a synonym for Hades. In the 5th century, Hades was referred to as Pluton. Pluton was a Roman god of the underworld and distributed riches from below. This Roman god was a mixture of Hades and the Elysian icon Plutus. So that is some Hades facts for you guys. I'm now going to be talking about my personal experience with Hades. So basically, before I kind of start talking, there is a lot of misconception about Hades in pop culture. In pop culture, he's seen as this dark, evil, kind of shadowy figure, but he actually, in real life, he's not really like that. I feel like a lot of this stuff that's in pop culture again stems from a lot of Christian beliefs that was created by the church to kind of get them to get more followers, because back in ancient times there was a lot of people who worshipped Hades, and the church didn't like that, and in order to kind of gather more followers, they put out the message that Hades was this dark, evil shadow man, and that would scare a lot of people into joining the church. And the people that didn't join the church and still chose to work with Hades, the church kind of turned on them. When I first started working with Hades, I was 22, and I had been working with deities for a few years, but there was still a lot that I didn't know about them. But I knew that a deity was reaching out to me, and I knew it was him. Like, my intuition was telling me that it was him. And I started Googling stuff and looking up the signs, and it was in fact Hades reaching out to me. But at the time that this was happening, even though I was spiritual and practicing paganism, I still had a lot of religious dogmas from when I was Christian. I was brought up in a very hardcore Christian family. My mum's a very hardcore Christian. She's like a proper Rangers woman. My Uncle Dags, he's in the Orange Lodge, and my granddad was a Mason. So as you can imagine, I was force fed a lot of Christian ideas, and I've had to like kind of unlearn a lot of stuff that I learned as a kid. As I've progressed in my spiritual journey, but at the time I started working with Hades, I thought that he was this dark creature because of all the Christian ideas that I had in my head, and all the stuff that I'd seen in pop culture. It wasn't till I started working with Hades that he showed me that dark isn't necessarily evil, and that there can be good people that are dark and bad people that are light, and that's something that he's really taught me. And I was getting all these signs, and at first I decided to like ignore him, but there is no ignoring Hades. Like, he is so in your face, and he's so persistent. Like, he is one persistent motherfucker. Like, he will push and push and push until you eventually give in. And I'm quite a strong person, and I've got quite thick skin, and the fact that I gave in to him just shows you how persistent he is. But that is one of the things that he has taught me as well, is that persistence is key. And if you really want something, you need to be persistent, and you just need to push and push and push, and eventually what happens is that you'll get what you want, or the person will give in. Like, being persistent does get you like a lot in life. But yeah, one thing about Hades is he's a great teacher, and he's a great husband to his wife Persephone, and he also is very, very patient with me, and I've like explained my circumstances at the time. So like, I explained to him like that I couldn't have like a big fancy altar in my house just because of my situation that I'm in, and he was very understanding. So basically I'm like, your name's going to have to go in a box with the rest of my deities that I have devoted my time to. Quite a lot of time actually I've devoted to them. Eventually did start working with him, and I work with him and Persephone together, although I don't really work with Hades separately. I do work with Persephone separately, but not so much Hades. I do prefer Persephone's company, to be honest. I do get on with her a lot better. Because, you know, girl code and stuff. And if you know the story of Hades and Persephone, I'm not going to get into it today. But if you do, you'll understand. As a feminist, you'll probably understand why I get on with her a lot better, and why I work with her separately and not with Hades separately. But I get like a lot of dreams with him and Persephone. They're always showing me stuff, and they're always like teaching me things, and one of the things that I definitely know for certain is that Hades and Persephone for some reason want me to go to Japan, and after actually looking into it, I realised that I have a past life in Japan, and I think there's something in that past life that might help me now in this life, and that's why they want me to go. But it's been a while since I've had like a dream or that from Hades, but he does still send me like little coins and stuff, so I'm always like collecting little coins from the street that he sends me. But now that I've spoke about my personal experience with Hades and, well, Hades and Persephone, I'm going to show you signs that Hades is calling out to you. So some signs that Hades is calling out to you is seeing snakes everywhere, seeing owls screeching or hearing noises like an owl screeching, having a heightened sense of emotional or physical awareness, hearing ringing in your ears, getting shivers all the time, always feeling cold, heightened empathy, having crows follow you everywhere, which is actually when that was happening, I kind of knew for certain that it was Hades. That was what was happening to me, was I was having crows follow me everywhere. Having repressed memories resurface as well. Seeing black horses everywhere, that was a sign that I was getting as well. Seeing dogs everywhere as well, that was a sign that I had. Finding lots of coins, I still find lots of coins everywhere from Hades. Winning money a lot. I wish I could win some money, but I haven't won money in a while. Finding lots of discounts in the shops as well is another good sign. I wish the shops would offer me some discounts. So some offerings that Hades likes, I quite like to use crystal offerings, so I'm going to name you some crystals that Hades likes. So he likes garnet, onyx, black tourmaline, jet, black obsidian, hematite, small fossils, gold, silver, star diopside, pinolite, ballast, ruby, chromite, lead and black coral, lead spinel, and melanite. So that's all the information I've got for you guys today regarding Hades. I hope you all enjoyed this video today. If you did, then please like this video, comment down below, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the notification bell down below so that you'll be notified when my next video comes out. Also, don't forget to follow me on my socials. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Patreon, and if you could follow me on Twitter and become a Patreon of mine, I'd be very grateful for that. Also, I do tarot card readings on my Patreon. Higher tiers get early access to content 7 to 10 days before the content is then released to the lower tiers. I also do private readings, which are a mixture of tarot and channeled messages from spirit. If you would like a private reading, then please email me. My email is linked in the description down below. I also have a surprise coming for you guys, but I'm not telling you what it is. But a little hint is that it has to do with the poll that I posted on my community tab. So if you could vote in the poll, I would really appreciate it. So that is everything for me today, my spooky children. I hope you have enjoyed this video today, and goodbye.